Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anthony, and today I'm going to talk a little bit more about like my diet after having vertical sleeve gastrectomy or VSG, and just give you guys, I guess some tips and tricks on what I did essentially. Thank you guys for interacting with me in my last video. I really love the interaction with you guys. I love meeting some of you guys via the internet and like just sharing our journeys together. It really feels like a community, and that's what I love. So thank you guys again for, reaching out to me or interacting with me in my last video. And that's actually where this video is coming from. I did get a comment on my last video from Kicking It with Naisa. I hope I'm saying your name right, beautiful. Please feel free to correct me down below if I'm saying it wrong. But Naisa said she wants to know what types of food I ate. Naisa had surgery in April of this year, so congratulations to you on taking that huge step. I hope your recovery went well and is going well currently. And she said that she is Caribbean. Shout out to my Caribbean people. I'm Puerto Rican, so I know how this goes. And she says she doesn't really want to cut away or take away foods such as rice, beans, and chicken because it's a part of her diet. And she just feels like she wants to add fruits and veggies to her diet. And she also mentioned that she's struggling getting her 64 ounces of water in. And she wants to know what tips and tricks I have to get fluids in and stuff like that. So, first and foremost, like I mentioned, I'm Puerto Rican, so I totally understand like having a diet consisting of like a lot of starch, a lot of meat, a lot of beans. That's what we eat in the Caribbean. We love our beans, we love our rice, we love our meat, we love our stews, all of those things. We love our plantains, which is just like a lot of starch as well. And I'll be honest with you, I never really cut those things out of my diet completely, and I don't recommend like any of you guys fully cutting out things that you love from your diet, only because I feel like that may lead to complications down the road when you are able to eat more and you have access to those things again. You may start doing things like binging on them because you like them so much. But I do recommend cutting down on the heavy starch, as you probably have heard from countless other people. So for me, I'll be honest, the first, I want to say 2 years, because I'm only at 2.5 years ish of post surgery. So the first 2 years, year and a half, it was very hard for me to consume a lot of starch, honestly. So when I would go to like family functions, I would make my plate and I would still grab a little bit of arroz con gandule or like arroz blanco con habichuela, white rice and beans, right? I would still grab a little bit of it, but I would make sure that I would eat my like chicken, my pork, my beef, whatever meat that I was consuming. I made sure to eat that first, and then I would make sure I ate my vegetables second. My cat is about to interrupt. Baby, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my God, get away. Like I was saying, I would make sure to eat my vegetables second, and then I would go ahead, and if I had any rice, I would eat rice very at the end. Most of the time, honestly, I wasn't really able to eat the rice. I kind of look at my cat. You guys see my cat? Come here. Come here, puppy. If you're gonna come, say hi. If you're gonna be all up in my business, say hi. Ooh. See, that's what you get. Oh my God. Children, what can you do? So, as I was saying, I wasn't really able to eat the rice towards the end most of the time, and it would kind of just sit there. I did grab like a very small spoonful because, culturally and just like growing up, that's what I ate all the time and that's what I love to eat. So, obviously, I didn't want to just completely cut it off, but, I truly didn't really eat much of it. And in general, when you're finally able to start eating solid foods, which does take a minute, in general, you're going to hear this a lot from other people. No matter what, you want to make sure you're consuming your protein first and foremost, just because that's really what's going to help you heal. And you just need protein to make sure you don't like lose your body mass and, get this skinny, right? So eat your protein first, eat your veggies, definitely increase your fruits and veggies if you can. And I honestly like would just leave the carbs last. Just leave them last. So again, it doesn't mean you have to completely cut it out, but realistically, you're going to be eating like a couple spoonfuls of rice, like little spoonfuls of rice, versus like a whole serving of rice. And that's not a bad thing. So, in my opinion, you don't have to cut out your traditional foods, especially like my Caribbean people, you don't have to cut it all out of your diet, but you are gonna just naturally decrease the amount of starches you eat. At least I did. Um, and again, it's my ice maker. There's so much noise all the time. And again, you're gonna end up doing it naturally because the restriction is gonna be pretty, pretty rough. Like for me, if by the time I was done eating meat and vegetables, if I ate a spoonful of rice, it was just to get the taste of it so that way I wouldn't crave it and I was already full. And for those of you who either have not been on this journey yet or you just had surgery and maybe you're not even on solid foods yet, at least for me, my restriction was very, very tight. So, like, I would get extremely uncomfortable if I did push myself. And so I never really pushed myself, which is what I think contributed to a lot of my weight loss as well and me maintaining weight loss this long. So just keep that in mind. As far as water intake goes, girl, I still struggle. I still struggle to get the amount of water I'm supposed to be getting in a day. I haven't took a sip of water yet. Where's my water right now, actually? So fluids, I mean, it just depends on how you are as a person. I also struggled like in the very beginning. It didn't last long. I want to say the first couple months to get fluids in because of my restriction. I will say after the first couple months that lightens up a little bit and you can take fluids a lot easier. And so just make sure like getting a water bottle that has the ounces on there really helps just because you're able to kind of track yourself throughout the day. And then also if you're not big on like drinking just plain water, which I do like water itself because we need it, right? But I know there are a lot of people who don't really like the what they say the taste of water is, which I don't really get. But if you're not somebody that likes to drink just plain water, get yourself something that is like low in sugar, like vitamin water zeros or things like that that like have a little bit of flavor so you at least want to drink it more but aren't going to give you all of those extra calories and those carbs and that sugar that you don't need, especially the first couple years out of surgery. You really don't need that in your system. And then the last thing I wanted to tell you guys, my biggest tip or trick is really continuing to drink protein shakes, guys. Like I still kind of live off of protein shakes, and I don't know if this is like recommended by dietitians or doctors, but for me, it really helps a lot. So in the morning, I generally don't have much of an appetite, and that's just always how I've been. But I will be able to drink a protein shake. And with the protein shakes, depending on which ones you're using, you're gonna get a good amount of protein. You're getting some water, some fluids in there, some hydration. And then if you get a good protein powder or a good protein shake, some of them even have vitamins. And that's really great for you, especially like the first couple years, you're really not going to be eating a lot. You want to make sure you're not malnourished and you get all the vitamins and minerals that you need. So that's really my biggest tip and trick. Essentially, guys, if we're being honest, the first like year and a half, you're kind of starving yourself, not intentionally, but intentionally, if that makes sense. You're really not eating a lot. You're eating much less than a normal adult. You're probably taking in a lot less calories than a normal adult would. And so for me, like, protein shakes are really the thing that helped me function day to day. Let me show you guys the protein shakes that I currently use and have been using for a long time in case you guys are wondering what would be good for you pre and post surgery, and even just to maintain like getting your nutrition years after. So, one second. Okay, so in a few videos ago, even I think before surgery, you'll hear me talk a lot about Premier Protein. Premier Protein is still a great option. I think they give you almost, and don't quote me because I haven't drank it in a while, but I think it's almost like 30 grams of protein. I don't know how many vitamins and minerals it has, but I think they have a few, and they tasted pretty good. And that was my main thing, is like things have to taste good or else I'm not going to continue doing it, to be honest. So no matter how good it is for me, if it doesn't taste good, I'm not going to force myself to consume it. And a lot of you are probably the same. So, that's first and foremost. But now, currently, and what I've been doing for probably the past couple years has been the Fairlife Core Power. There we go. The Core Power Elite, to be more specific. I love this stuff. I get the chocolate version. You're gonna see several versions of this, and if you go to the gym at all, you might see this at your gym too. But this one has 42 grams of protein, complete protein, and it also has vitamin D, it has calcium, it has iron, potassium, and vitamin A. And it only has 9 grams of carbs, two of which are dietary fiber. So I really love this stuff. I feel like it tastes extremely good. It tastes just like a milkshake. And I promise you, like, no BS. I am not sponsored or anything by anybody I'm mentioning, of course. And I just live by this stuff. So, like, especially on lazy days where I don't want to use like a mix or a powder, I'm drinking this. And this has really just kept me going for the past couple years. Not only do I drink this like in the morning as like a breakfast replacement type of shake, I like this for like after workouts. If you guys are like trying to build muscle, protein, recovery, things like that, I like this for that as well. It's just like an easy grab and go option. And I can't say this enough, it just tastes really good. I've heard people, the strawberry one tastes pretty good too. And just make sure you're looking for, if you do try these out, look for the Core Power Elite, because that's the one with the 42 grams of protein. They have another version which tastes so good as well, but that one just has less protein at like 26 grams. Still a good option, you're just getting more protein with this one. Now, something I've been doing lately is, because I've been trying to work out and stuff, get some gains, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I recently started using Isopure. So this has 25 grams of protein per scoop. It has 0 carbs, which is great. No fat. And you get a ton of vitamins in here. I'm talking like calcium, potassium, vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin K, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin. You ready for me to continue? Vitamin B, B6, folate, vitamin B12, biotin, phosphorus, iodine, magnesium, zinc, selenium, copper, manganese, chromium, just like like it's literally a multivitamin plus a protein shake. I got the creamy vanilla version. I love to like blend this with some peanut butter, which adds a little bit more fat and adds more protein, and like half a banana for some sweetness. Even though this is pretty sweet in itself, because it does have, what is it, sucralose. So it does have like a sweetener in there, like a low-cal sweetener. It does not taste bad, guys. You can get this at Costco for like 60 bucks, and there's 50 servings in here. So I usually add 2 scoops to mine, which brings it up to 50 grams of protein, plus whatever else I'm putting in there, the peanut butter, etc. And this is a really, really, really good option as well. If you have access to Costco, I think they sell it on Amazon and such too. But this is really good. So honestly, I definitely recommend getting used to using a protein shake or incorporating a protein shake in your diet. It's really gonna help you as far as like getting your nutrition, getting your vitamins in, especially if you're taking one that has vitamins in there, which I highly recommend. I think that really, really helps me. And then you're able to like go on throughout the day and of course eat kind of like whatever you decide to eat. Just keep in mind, guys, that like even if you have like culturally, if you have a plate of food and you know that there's like a lot of meat, a lot of starch, whatever else, just try to incorporate some vegetables, and try to keep the starch as like the last thing you eat. That's all I can really say to kind of help with that. And then with your water, again, I still struggle, but getting a cup that has like the ounces on it really helps, so that way you can keep track. So yeah, I mean, I hope that's just what I've been doing. I have never really had any, messed up lab results. I'm pretty well balanced as far as my nutrition and such. So, I think that if it works for me, it can definitely work for you guys. I hope it does. Just a quick reminder, I am not your dietitian, okay? I am not y'all's dietitian. So please do not come at me crazy about what I'm doing right or what I'm doing wrong. If you have constructive criticism, I'm here for it. And also just know that I am not the poster child for like what to do after surgery. I kind of just went with the flow and did what I felt was right for me in my body and listened to my body and did not ignore when my stomach was hurting or like if I felt uncomfortable. And I just encourage that you guys do the same. So again, I want to say congratulations, a huge congratulations to the people that I know who have just recently had surgery. Shout out to you guys. That's such a huge step. I'm so proud of you. Welcome to our community. And yeah, let me know what other questions you guys have. I'm happy to come on here and talk about this some more. Whatever else you guys want to see, let me know as well. But I wish you guys the best, and I will see you guys the next time.